Hi, and welcome to Good Life Road. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Derek.
And we're a semi-retired couple in our 50s who got rid of all of our stuff in 2024 so that we could travel the world full time.
And we've spent a lot of time in Puerto Vallarta over the years, including 2 one-month stays recently. So we've got a really good understanding of Puerto Vallarta's neighborhoods.
So in this video, we're going to help you determine where it would be best for you to stay based on a review of all of those neighborhoods.
Yeah. So we're going to go from north to south. We're going to start with Marina Vallarta, then the Hotel Zone, then Cinco de Diciembre, then Centro, then Zona Romantica, then Amapas, and then Conchas Chinas.
So at the heart of Marina Vallarta, unsurprisingly, is the marina. And the marina is home to the cruise ship ports where the huge cruise ships come into dock. It's also got private and public fishing boats, and it generally has a very large yacht or two stationed there.
Yeah. And then on the ocean side of the marina, there's some nice beaches and a number of large resorts. Some of them are local, and then some of them are owned by some of the larger names such as Westin and Marriott.
Yeah, and the marina itself is aligned with restaurants, shops, condominiums, bars, and our favorite bookstore is also there, and that's called the Living Room Bookstore and Cafe. It also has a cafe there. They make nice coffees. But it's great for finding English books or books in English, which is great, novels and that type of thing. And you can also bring in your already read novels to do a trade. And we also found out this past visit that they just opened up a new shop in Cinco de Diciembre under the same name, the Living Room Bookstore. And we went and we loved it.
Yeah, and so one thing about the marina clearly is that a lot of the excursions, which are ocean related, go out of the marina. So if you're going to be in Puerto Vallarta with a lot of like ocean activity and boats, of course, you might want to consider staying in the marina. So just south of the marina is the Hotel Zone, which extends down to the Sheraton Bougainvillea Resort. And true to its name, there are a lot of large and middle-sized hotels here with nice beaches as well. Most of the resorts offer both regular hotel stays as well as all-inclusive packages.
Yeah, and there's also some higher-end shopping options in the Hotel Zone. There's the La Isla Shopping Center that has like your H&M, Sephora, some other things that you'd recognize if you feel like having a mall experience. And then there's for groceries, there's a Soriana Hyper Market. And my favorite is La Comer, which is a kind of bougie, very large grocery store with everything you could think of in it. And so that's also there. And then inland from this area is a Costco.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we like to do long walks on the beach. And it just so happens that this stretch of beach where the hotels are is great for that. It might appear at first glance on the map that it's hard to get down to the beach. But if you're diligent, there's like 3 easy public access points. One of them is just north of La Isla Shopping Center. It's along the river there. And the other 2, you can look up on Google Maps and find them pretty easily.
Yeah, so then once you get down to the beach, you can walk up and down as you wish.
Yeah.
And to get into the heart of Puerto Vallarta, if you're staying in the Hotel Zone, it just takes about 15 minutes by Uber. So you're not too far off the beaten path from the rest of the town life.
Yeah.
So the next neighborhood, Cinco de Diciembre, is a neighborhood that's near and dear to our hearts, and it's nestled just south of the hotel zone. Aside from a few medium-sized hotels, almost all of the hotels are little, and there's mostly private rentals of apartments and condominiums through Airbnb and other private rentals.
Yeah. In Cinco de Diciembre, it's got a lively but also laid-back vibe. It's got a really good mix of locals, tourists, and expats.
Yeah. And as far as grocery shopping there, they have a supermarket there called Casa Ley, where you can meet all your regular supermarket kind of needs, get your yogurt, get your toilet paper, all that kind of stuff. And then they also have a super good market called Mercado del Mar, Cinco de Diciembre, and it's got shrimp and fish and a wide selection of produce, great prices, and a very local experience. So it really makes you, puts you in part of the community, and you're supporting the locals and the local economy, which is really great. Plus, you're eating like kings and queens. So.
Amazing food. Yeah, so all the streets in Cinco de Diciembre are cobblestone. This is the first of the neighborhoods as you go north to south where that's the case, and it will be the case for the remainder of the neighborhoods in the video here. So the cobblestone streets give it a really fun and kind of historical energy to it. But at the same time, there are some mobility challenges if that's a case for you. So you may want to think of another neighborhood if you are mobility challenged here. The sidewalks are also...
Or at least take a look before you rent it for a long period of time. Just to make sure it's not too rough. But we love it.
Yeah. So aside from the main street that goes north to south through this part of Puerto Vallarta called Calle or Avenida Mexico, the two main thoroughfares are Calle San Salvador and Calle Honduras.
Yep. And San Salvador is more of a local scene. It's got a restaurant that's excellent for breakfast called El Patio. And then it's got that Mercado del Mar that we just talked about. And then Calle Honduras is a little bit more of a kind of hip, but also touristy vibe. And it's home to the famous Pepe's Tacos and Tacón de Marlin. And both of those are just mouth-wateringly delicious restaurants that are very affordable.
Yeah. So Playa Camarones is the name of the beach of Cinco de Diciembre. It's actually a blue flag beach, which is an international rating system for cleanliness and safety. And we can attest to that is the case at Playa Camarones. It's a really beautiful beach. It's got a bit more laid-back vibe than some of the other beaches in Puerto Vallarta, and it's got a good mix of locals and tourists. It's really well known for its early morning water sports too. It's got a contingency of swimmers that like to go out in the morning. I put myself as one of those, as well as stand-up paddleboarders and kayakers are out there in the morning as well.
Yeah, and you can rent beach chairs and umbrellas if you like to do that, or if you're going to be out in the sun for a long time. It's kind of nice to do. And we like and can recommend the restaurant El Barracuda. It's fun in the evening. It's right there out there on the beach. And I especially like their coconut shrimp.
Yeah. And as far as getting around, Cinco de Diciembre is really well located right along all the buses that go through the Centro part of town, as well as, you can get taxis pretty readily. Ubers are handy. And highly recommend you check out our other video that we did recently on how to get around Puerto Vallarta, which covers all the transportation in detail, including boat taxis. Yeah.
You should definitely check that out. It will save you a ton of time, and it's a wealth of information. He's really good at that, so let him do the work. So also, if you like to walk like we do, it is only about 20 minutes walk to Centro from Cinco de Diciembre, and about 35 to 40 minutes of a walk down to the romantic zone. So this way, you can always get your steps in if you want to walk one way, and then if you get tired, you can take a Uber, taxi, or a bus back, and that makes it a great location that way.
Mm-hmm.
So the Centro neighborhood, which is also known as Centro Historico, is the historical heart of Puerto Vallarta. And the most recognized landmark is the Church of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is across the street from the Zocalo, which is called Plaza Las Armas. And Plaza Las Armas is very shady and has a lot of nice trees and foliage. Mm-hmm. So if you're walking around, sometimes it's a nice place to take a little bit of a cooler break.
Yeah, and also that Plaza de Armas is right between the church and the Malecón. So if you're getting hot walking the Malecón, you can scoot right over to that shade.
Yeah.
So then also the historical Hotel Rosita is the largest hotel in Centro, and it's just literally right on the border at the northern end of the Malecón, the border between Cinco de Diciembre and Centro. And then otherwise, the rest of the hotels are really boutique-y, as well as, of course, a lot of short-term rental options. And while we were staying there, we had a close friend stay there for a while, and she stayed at Hotel Rosita, and so we can vouch through her that she loved it.
Yeah, it was great. And it's very well located hotel. So if you're going to be there a short time, that's something to consider. And then also the iconic Malecón, which is a pedestrian walkway that spans the entire coastline of El Centro. It's famous for its amazing views. It has all those bronze sculptures. You've probably seen some of those in the past. And it's a great place to take in the sunset, as well as like different performers and stuff like that. So it's a neat area to walk around.
And over the winter, it's actually a great place to see whales. I saw some whales breaching from the Malecón just right there.
Just from the sidewalk, you can see them.
Yeah. And on the land side of the Malecón are a bunch of shops, restaurants, bars, and, of course, nightlife. Which we don't really participate in. Nightclubs, yeah. So during the day, you'll see some relatively large nightclubs along this stretch of Malecón that are dormant during the day, but they come to life at night. There's Senior Frogs and a number of others with dancing and all that stuff.
Yeah, we definitely can't vouch for the nightclubs because we're in bed by then, but but it's nice knowing they're there.
Yeah.
But another thing, Centro is home to a lot of Puerto Vallarta's art galleries. So it has 16 art galleries that participate in the Art Walk. Mm-hmm. And that's a self-guided tour that you just go around to the little galleries. It runs from November to May, and it's open 6 to 10. And some of the galleries like have a little bit of wine or have a little bit of a snack. And it's just a really lovely way to spend the evening, just popping into different galleries and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And
when we've been there over longer stretches, we'll do part of the 16 on one week and the other part on another week. So it's very laid back the way it's set up.
Yeah, you can do as much or as little as you want.
Yeah. And if you want to see the map of where the galleries are located so you can navigate from one to the other, you can go to vallartaartwalk.com. Mm-hmm. We'll put that on the screen for you. As well as, as you're walking around town, you'll see these hot pink pamphlets that are about the art walk. So if you want to have something in your pocket, be sure to pick one of those up at one of the storefronts.
Yeah. And there are, areas to buy artisan goods all over Puerto Vallarta, storefronts and such. But there are a couple of focused areas in Centro on the southern side of the neighborhood along Augustin Rodriguez Street and Isla Quale in the Isla Quale Flea Market, which is on the island in the center of Quale River. You'll see there's like a bridge and you can easily see. So that's a kind of fun place to go wander.
Yeah. Yeah, and that bridge is actually the bridge that spans, or that river and the bridge are the border between Centro and Zona Romantica.
Mm-hmm. I don't recommend swimming right around there, though, because there's a lot of signs that say peligro crocodilo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so rivers and the ocean, you don't want to be swimming right there. Other creatures like to swim there too.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't swim at the mouth of that river. Okay, so the Romantic Zone is one of the more hopping neighborhoods of Puerto Vallarta, and it's also kind of the main tourist area with lots of shops and restaurants and hotels, directed towards the tourist scene. When you cross the river that we just talked about along that bridge, the Malecón ends at the northwest corner of the Romantic Zone.
Yeah. And the beaches of the Romantic Zone have a lot of large and medium-sized hotels. And then as you go inland a little bit, there's the smaller boutique hotels, and then Airbnb and private rentals as well.
Yeah, so between the coast and the Avenida Insurgentes, as far as the layout of the neighborhood is concerned, I'd say there's probably like 5 to 6 blocks in that stretch. That's where most of the tourist focus activity is. As well as a lot of the bars and restaurants and everything. When you go to the east side of Calle Insurgentes, that's where it gets more local relatively quickly, and we really like that area as well. We have a few favorite restaurants in that area, as well as some markets.
Yeah, so on the eastern side of the Romantic Zone, there's also a produce and meat market that's really good. It's called Emiliano Zapata. And it has a lot of fresh produce, and it has a few meat stalls, and it also has like a restaurant in the center where we've eaten before and really got delicious food, great price. So that's a good option.
Yeah, and then along the beaches, pretty much on the southern end, kind of along the middle of the beach though, but the southern side of the Romantic Zone is Los Muertos Pier. And this is one of the busiest little intersections of the ocean life and the coast. You can catch excursions off of this pier. You can take boat taxis off of this pier. You can also just walk out onto the pier. It's a really neat structure. It's got a neat architecture to it. And it gives you a great view of the coast as well as out to the bay and up and down the coast. Again, we talked about boat taxis earlier in the video. In our other video, highly recommend you check that out.
How to get around video.
Yeah, how to get around. This is one of the main spots where boat taxis go from, but there's another location we talked to you about there as well that we actually prefer. It's not as easy to get to, but check that out.
Also, if you feel like having a couple of cocktails down at the beach or anything like that, that's a really good area, to find where, Los Muertos Pier, and then go out on the beach, and you can pick from any number of places to sit and get a table and maybe have a couple beers or whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
Or a snack food.
It's got a really fun vibe.
Yeah, it does. Amapas is the little area that's nestled after the Romantic Zone and before Conchas Chinas. It's just a little slice that has some really nice higher end hotels and resorts, as well as smaller boutique places and independent rentals.
Yeah, it's got some nice restaurants too. One of our favorite breakfast restaurants is there. Coco's, I think it's
Oh
called.
yeah, Coco's.
Yeah. And so it's a beautiful stretch of beach. It starts at the Los Muertos Pier and heads south to the rocks at the southern end of the beach. It's got a really good energy to it. There's a lot of umbrellas, lots of bars for drinks, and the ocean itself is a little more rough than some of the other beaches in the area. So if you like some shore break and stuff, it's fun to swim there. It's not inhibiting for those who are a little, it just depends on the size of the waves. But
No,
yeah,
and it gets a really like lively kind of partyish sort of atmosphere
it does.
in the midday and towards the later end of the day. So it's fun.
Yeah, and it looks like we haven't experienced the nightlife there, but it looks like there's some like poolside bars and some on the top of some of these that look like they probably have a pretty good night scene to them.
Yeah. So the last neighborhood we're going to cover is Conchas Chinas, which is a higher end neighborhood that's south of Amapas. And it has one of the nicest beaches in Puerto Vallarta, in our opinion, with a local vibe and typically little to no crowds.
Yeah. So it's also got some amazing snorkeling. The visibility can be a little hit or miss, but I have had some wonderful snorkeling sessions there. So if you're up for kind of going snorkeling on your own or with some friends and you have your own gear or you want to rent some nearby, I don't think they do any tours there, but highly recommend you give it a shot. It's pretty easy access and there's some really good wildlife out there.
So Conchas Chinas is kind of a hilly neighborhood, and I mentioned it's a little bit higher end. They do have some beautiful condominiums in that area. If you are looking for something like that, we stayed there in spring of 2024 to celebrate our daughter's graduation. And you can get really nice accommodations there. So one thing to keep in mind, though, is it did seem a little bit out of the way for if you just wanted to go out to dinner in the evening and walk. It was a little bit more effort to do that. But if you're going to take Ubers around anyway, then it could be perfect for you.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also, Conchas Chinas is also home to one of the best hiking trails in the area. At the top of the hill, on the edge of the tropical forest, is the trailhead for Mirador Conchas Chinas. And I highly recommend this hike. You get up there and you've got some of the best views in the area. You can see the whole coast to the south with the little beaches and the tropical forests. And then to the north, you can see all of, Puerto Vallarta down below and all the way out to Punta Mita. So we've got the All Trails link in our description. So the hike is in there and it guides you through the trailhead, how to get there and all that stuff really easily.
So we hope you get some value out of this video. If you end up going to any of these places or have questions for an upcoming trip about any of the neighborhoods, we'd love to hear from you. Just drop it right into the comments. If you haven't given it a like or subscribed by now, please do so. It helps us a lot and costs you nothing. And we really appreciate your time and look forward to sharing our journey with you.
Yeah, so thanks for coming along.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.